Ciao Guy.
Ciao.
Sono contenta di vederti di persona, molto contenta. Allora, ti volevo dire questa cosa, che questo modello ci piace molto perché è un modello semistrutturato. Ci puoi dire qualcosa di più di questa cosa?
So you're asking a great question, and that is what is the scaffold? How does family ABFT unfold? And I think there's really a modern tradition in psychotherapy now to try to identify some of the essential elements of a therapy modality. And I think we have done some of that. I think some of what we've identified are core things that any good family therapist might be focused on. Our model just has allowed us to operationalize these core elements. So what are they? There's really sort of 5 tasks. Tasks are not sessions. They're really a set of work. It's a thing you have to try to accomplish. The first challenge for any family therapist is helping parents see that they have a role in the therapy, and that rather than drop Johnny off at 3 and pick him up at 5 or 4, we want the parent to come into the room and engage in a family event, a family conversation. So we have a particular way of thinking about that, of motivating parents, honoring their strengths and the importance of their role in the family. And that's like our first focus. We then meet alone with the adolescent. We do a lot of splitting up. And we try to help them become a little more clear about what drives their pain and what is it about their family relationships that are so painful, disappointing, hurtful, distrustful, and could you trust them again? Could you find a way to resuscitate the hope for attachment security from kids? And that's a whole set of sessions focused on how to go about doing that. I think all family therapists work on that. We have a map of about 3 or 4 sessions that helps you nail that. We then meet alone with the parents in the third task. And there again, do a lot of things that a lot of family therapists do. We try to understand the current stressors in their life, because a lot of the parents are overwhelmed and have a whole host of challenges. We try to deal with parental teamwork, a core pillar of family life. And we do a little bit of intergenerational work with parents because we're trying to help them remember what it was like to be a kid and not feel safe and not feel seen and not feel like you were getting your needs met, because we're using that to amplify their mentalization or reflective capacity to think about their kids from a more empathic position. If we get all this work accomplished, we then bring them back together. Task 4, the reattachment task. And from the get-go, we get the deep issues on the table. Okay, let's talk about the divorce. Let's talk about the domestic violence. Let's talk about things that have ruptured this family life that we often never talk about, or don't talk about them in a regulated way that allows us to hear each other. And that's sort of the core of task 4, where the parent is serving as a secure base and the kid is sharing their pain. Kind of a reenactment of attachment security. When we do enough of those sessions, and we don't fix everything in a family, but when we get enough of it, we can start to move on to the autonomy task, where we're helping kids start to think about their own life, where they're headed, what they want to do, get back in school, take my medicine more regularly, deal with my sexuality. And the parents are a support system rather than an antagonistic force in their life. And so parents become a secure base to help kids really think about their independence and growing up. And that's the general scaffold of it. Obviously, every family's different. The roads are quite complex. But those 5 tasks give us a direction and a focus on what we're trying to accomplish as the therapy goes along.